is it going to be the Varus or is it going to be the Karma Sivir, right? Varus, Lux, Karma Sivir both want to do the exact same thing. Now it's just going to be up to the junglers to see what lanes they want to impact.
Well, and we shall have to see ship. Sorry, there's too many SH sounds. Should we do that again? We shall see Shibby. Oh my crikey, you wouldn't have thought it was 4:30 where I am. I should be awake right now. Anyway, League of Legends is on our screen, everybody. Los Grandes and Red. Both these teams went undefeated on day one, but one of them will exit day two with a loss to their name, the other 2-0.
Yeah, and the importance of starting strong in CBLOL cannot be emphasized enough, right? There are so many games, even if you look at last split or the split before, where it's like, oh man, if we won this one game that we shouldn't have dropped to this like Liberty. You know, no shade at Liberty. No shade at Liberty. Had a fantastic showing yesterday. I know, but like there's those games where you want to start out strong. You want to get that 2-0 in the day one. You want to get that 4-0 into week two, right? That you can start really cementing where you're at, and then you have that cushion, right, where you can drop a game here, you can drop a game there. But definitely, you know, starting 2-0, hopefully for Los Grandes or Red, they're going to be coming out strong. And just an early vision being placed, you know, standard jungle starts. Both of these bot laners not leashing their junglers, trying to hide where each of them are starting. Hopefully, though, they understand where they've been pinged out and where this Maokai likes to start. We've seen, you know, Raptor start before, and then Sejuani is just going to start on the red side.
Well, and I mean, like this option not to go for the leash as well, this could also be really important in these bot lane matchups where you do have two range characters, and getting control of the lane in these early stages, it is also important because you hit that level 2, you can go for a more aggressive trade and try and chunk out the opposing AD carry before they can really respond to you. Kassadin, we're saying he's maybe a bit of a snooze fest, does like to keep it fairly chill in the early stages, so maybe that's going to give room to Avenger to get the shove in this mid lane and start interacting with Ranger in a way that he's not going to appreciate.
Yeah, and that ward right there that Avenger put down is so important. He sees that the Raptors aren't up. Now the whole team of Red knows where this Sejuani is. He's most likely on that top side, right? Most likely pathing towards Herit. We know where Ranger wants to go. Now, can Red do anything to counter it? Looks like they're not going to really send their jungler up there. Aegis is actually going to go full clear top into most likely a full clear bottom side. But like you said, Lava not going to be really doing too much. Has the Conqueror in hand as well. Didn't go the fleet footwork that we usually see from these more sustained built Castins. He is really just playing for that long game.
Yeah, it's all about stacking that up in the later team fights and having that little bit of extra damage, so the one shot is secured. And this is something that tank jugglers do tend to do a little bit right. It's not like we've got a Vi or a Wukong Shibby that can be super active right before the 3-minute mark.
Yeah, and with the scuttle changes coming in where it spawns at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, you have a little bit more leeway, and that's Scrying Orb as well, just spotting out the Krubs. Any sort of suspicions that they had of where Sejuani is or where Ranger is, it's been gone out the window. They know he's topside. They know what he wants to do, and it's really nice play from Red, and especially Avenger, just leveraging this mid lane counter pick into vision, into information, which is as best as you're going to get at this high of a level.
Ranger has been spotted out in the top lane Tribush. Bell is looking to interrupt the recall, though I think if the Camille had gone forward there was maybe an opportunity for an all-in for Los Grandes. Aegis mirroring the pathing of his opposite number as he's making his way down to the bot side, but again, he is going to be spotted out. Neither jungler able to get an impact just yet.
I mean, when you shove them in, right, Red was looking to hopefully set up a dive, get Natuno and Zay low enough, one of those guys, and then you just have Aegis with the invulnerability on the W, just him able to tank so much. But with this mid lane advantage, they're going to take the Raptors away. They're going to take some KFC away from Ranger as we get the triple lane look right now. Avenger going in onto Lava.
A very aggressive trade onto the Castellan, who's left with around about 200 HP, and you could see sort of opposite states of lanes as Herit has been getting the shove pretty consistently up in the top side, whereas Avenger and then Titan and Curie on the bottom side have been getting that going in favor of Red Canids Kalunga, and we're starting to see some pretty significant CS discrepancies, particularly in these solo lanes.
Yeah, I mean, you look, right, it's essentially mirrored, right? Herit almost dominating Bull in the CS department, about 10 up, Yone about 6 up, and then you kind of have it in the opposite side for the bot lane. Like you said, Kassadin's not going to be really doing too much. So if he comes out 5, 10 CS under, as long as he hits that level 16, right, that big Kassadin power spike, he'll be fine. Same thing with Bowl a little bit, right? Once he gets that ultimate unlocked, he can really start aggressing onto Jason. That's where the lane dynamic changes, because when you have the lockdown potential of Camille on top of the Maokai, this Jace has to burn flash or he dies immediately every single time.
Well, I suppose you've also got a similar state of play in the mid lane as well, as we see Ranger moving over. Avenger still has the ultimate, still has the flash, a lot of safety tools for the One himself. But think about the casting, right? Melee champion, very, very good at proccing that permafrost passive from the Sejuani. And if you get a stun onto the Yone, it's a hell of a lot easier to take him down.
Yeah, he's going to have to expend some sort of cooldown, whether it be flash, like you said, or the ultimate. And now we see both teams setting up for the 6-minute dragon with Red's bot lane pressure that they've been able to acquire down here. The 47 to 35 CS lead. They should take this dragon uninterrupted. Now, what are Ranger and Herrick going to do? Are they going to go into the jungle, get some vision down? Unfortunately, the Rift Herald isn't up yet, so they can't even do a possible trade. So Red's just going to pick up this dragon for free.
And this is a really good timing from Red, because like you said, there is no Rift Herald that you can respond to. So even if Los Grandes in a minute and a half's time want to make a play towards that Rift Herald, if Red can get some shove in the mid lane, in the bot lane, they can have members over to contest them at the objective.
Yeah, it even works so well with the timing of Ranger's camps, right? His red buff wasn't up. His Raptors weren't up. He had no reason to be on that bot side. Aegis recognized that with the vision that Avenger was able to acquire. They took the Raptors away early. So, it was a very, very safe play, as now we see the 2v2 coming in.
Flash from Avenger, burning that summoner spell from Ranger. No one dying, but that was aggressive as Lava jumps in for a little bit of damage against his opposite number, Aegis, waiting in the wings if the opportunity should present itself.
He just have to flash up. Is he going to flash W onto Lava? Lava has the ultimate available, though. He should be fine right now. The opportunity to gank him has gone. It'll be really hard to get Lava. Yeah. He has to aggressively Rift walk in, and even then, he has the flash up. Unfortunately, Avenger pretty much threw everything in the kitchen sink at Ranger, and Ranger was able to live. He was able to get out completely, so now that kill potential in the mid lane is pretty much gone. But with that dragon being taken on Red Kalunga's side, bot lane, Natuno and Zay were able to get some shove in, were able to pick up some CS and start winning that shove war, hopefully, and shoving some minions down into this bot side.
Yeah, off that reset, I do just want to see where the Red Kalunga bot lane are going to be going. We hinted at the possibility of swapping towards this Rift Herald, and that looks like that is going to be what they're doing. But for Los Grandes, they've not moved yet. They're going to be a little bit late if they want to contest this.
Yeah, we saw Natuno taking the back a little bit early so that he can start making his way towards that top side. Herrick is here, but what can Herrick really do? He's got to land some amazing shockwaves onto this backline. He's not going to get the chance.
Boal going for the engage, locked down by multiple members of Red. Miscommunication there, honestly, from Los Grandes, and it's going to give a kill and a Rift Herald over to Red Canids Kalunga.
Just as we praised Herrick early on, right, the caster curse continues. Unfortunately, he steps just a little too far forward. Wait a minute. Okay.
Ooh, we say hold on. That is a double snare into a kill. Natuno picking up a response for Los Grandes.
And Zay hitting the flash Q with the Lux, getting the double snare, like you said, and picking up Avenger for just, staying a little too long into that mid lane. You've gotten the Rift Herald, you've gotten the kill. They just kind of bit off a little bit more than they could chew. And we said, right, that's how the dynamic changes. When Bull gets access to that ultimate, that Hextech ultimatum, the engage distance becomes so much farther, and there's nothing Herrick can do unless he burns the flash. He just didn't have the opportunity. He got locked up, and immediately his health bar got deleted from the remaining members of Red. But now Aegis has picked up that first item, Demonic Embrace. These saplings, these Qs, they are going to hurt, and they're going to hit like a truck.
Yeah, they are not particularly pleasant to deal with that first item completed. Also, has that Rift Herald in inventory as well, right? So even though 10 minutes in, we are a kill to a kill, we are one dragon in the lead for Red Canids Kalunga as well. They've got the opportunity to extend the minor gold lead they've built for themselves a little bit more, get some pressure in one of these lanes.
As Avengers trading here with Lava aggressively, which they should be doing, right? Just keep trading. Don't give Lava the chance to get any HP back. You want to get the shove in. Ranger.
Ranger with the ultimate fate sealed will go through just in time for Avenger to escape with his life. Curie thinking about locking down Lava, but thinking better of it as Zve moved over still. No more kills apart from those two that occurred a little bit earlier towards the top side. Neither team with a decisive advantage yet. And Chibi, if you are on the Los Grandes side, how are you feeling about this early game?
I mean, it went as well as expected, right? Here it is still winning. I would say that top side, right, has a nice 20 CS lead, was able to take down about 2 tower plates.
Oh,
right now,
Aegis flashes over the snare. Get hit by a decent bit of damage, but it doesn't matter. Curry with the ult pop, the final hit on the Mantricule. Lava dashing forward with the ults to claim his first kill of this game and even up that trade.
I think if you're Los Grandes right now, you're very happy of the game state. Lava getting a kill, Varus getting the kill as well. And really, Aegis got that kill, right? You're not worried really about that Maokai. But if Lava gets that little extra bit of gold, you're going to turn that potentially into a nice little chem dragon here. Avenger's going to look to do something, but all he can do is watch as this dragon's being taken. His team is coming back right now. Can they do something here? Do they have the proper setup? Maokai is coming back.
Oh, I hear it just TP top lane. He's not going to be able to join. He's not going to need to. Ranger and Lava get over the wall, and they get that Drake as well.
Yeah, but they're going to be resetting onto this bot side here. Varus not there. If you drop the Rift Herald right now, you can at least acquire some plates, get some more gold onto your Sivir, get her ahead as Avenger still aggressing onto Lava. And honestly, Los Grandes have been the more proactive team, I would say, at least on the jungle side. We've seen Ranger let his ult rip multiple times into the mid lane, into the top side. Maokai, I think his first ultimate was on that bot side. Got him to kill. Very, very efficient. Don't get me wrong, but it seems that Aegis is risk adverse right now in the jungle side. He's actually going to pop it mid to get the max efficiency onto these plate turrets, right? You want to pop it when it's through. You get the guaranteed. We should get the guaranteed 2 here.
Oh, Ranger in a top lane gank. Boal is dead. Yep. Talked about Los Grandes jungler being a bit more active on the map. We see it once again. There was a small responses in the mid lane. Lava is being solo killed by Avenger, who's going to get out with his life and is probably going to take the mid lane tower to boot.
Yeah, they will most likely get first turret gold here. And nice play from Ranger. Just an unfortunate mistake from Lava, thinking he can protect the turret, thinking he can stay here. But Aegis using the ultimate.
Locking it down, Ranger. Hear it going back in for some more damage, but Red's jungler will defend his top laners in the mid lane. It's a structure in their favor. Avenger is going to have a load of gold in his pocket as he goes back to base, picks up the Blade of the Ruined King.
Ooh, that Bork is going to look so nice, especially into the Roa Cass, you know, the Sejuani who loves to stack that HP as well. I mean, he's going to be able to duel them out. The 2v2 should go into the favor of Aegis and Avenger now, simply because of that huge item pickup. And yeah, like I said, we said Ranger just letting that ult rip completely, right? Got the kill onto Bull, not suspecting at all, didn't use the flash, couldn't use the Hextech ultimatum as well. And you know, proactivity is Ranger's name right now, right? He wants to get here dead. He wants to get Lava in a situation where he doesn't get solo killed by Avenger. And right now, both of these teams have been executing on their game plans pretty well. It just seems that Red is kind of just inching forward little by little and just getting that gold lead higher and higher.
Just ever so slightly, but Los Grandes absolutely within touching distance. Lava! Oh my word, you need to be careful. You are not allowed to exist in this lane anymore, my friend. That's the sort of pressure, I guess, that Reds need to push this small lead that they've built for themselves even further. Avenger is still going for it, hunting for Lava, and will take him out. Ranger needs to get out of there as well. The man in the mid lane for Red Canids Kalunga making it happen.
Middle caught. I heard the Jaws music coming in as Avenger was creeping around. He was looking, hunting for Lava, like you said. Lava thought he was safe. I'm surprised that they haven't moved the Cassidon down into the bot lane, into a solo lane. Usually you see the swap after the 14 minutes. The Herald is going to go in the favor of Red Kalunkas here, and just keeping Lava in that mid lane a little too long is going to be the reason why he unfortunately they give up this Rift Herald. They will now swap him down to the bot lane as you see him running down to pick up that wave. But this should have happened, almost 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, and it's costing Los Grandes because they are gradually bleeding out to a few of these advantages. And we sort of alluded to the fact that neither of these teams were really super unhappy with how the early stages of this game were going, because it's not like either of these compositions is going to fall off particularly hard once we get to the 25-30 minute mark. So if you've got a lead, it can stick pretty damn hard. Wow, getting out of there with a hook shot, wall divers, Ranger thinking about a lane gank.
And now both of these teams are just playing the mind games, right? Bull is looking to bait right now. Aegis has that huge lockdown potential with the ultimate, with the W, with the Q ready. Ranger in here, it might just burst Bull out right now. He's going to have to give that top lane. Played it safe. They played it smart. They didn't overcommit to the dive. They took the turret, and Red has just kind of been in a constant 1,000 gold lead. It hasn't really fluctuated any higher than that. It's been anywhere from 500 to 1,000. So, Los Grandes, all things considered, are doing fairly well, right? This Cassidon as a win condition is very, very real, right? Once he hits that level 16, he's going to burst out Sivir, he's going to burst out Camille, and then they can just get rid of their team. It feels like Red has to be the more proactive team in this case, simply because there's a timer ticking down of when this Cassidon comes online.
Well, and you could talk about Lava, but hear it as well, right? This guy's 40 CS up on this Jace. If the Cassidon's are a problem that you're going to have to deal with in a few minutes, I think the Jace is a bit of a problem now. And as this Drake spawn and Red make the first move towards it, maybe Hirit can use some of that power that he's built up for himself to get Los Grandes a win around the objective.
Yeah, he hasn't really joined any objectives. The only one he joined was that first Rift Herald, and he got punished very, very heavily, lost his life there. If they can set this terrain up, if they can set this objective up for Hirit, he can start getting some massive shock blasts in. Ranger.
Woo. Woo. Close, but no cigar. That is big engage tool down for Los Grandes. So now you're really only looking at a light binding, chains of corruption to hit as Aegis calls out the trees, and we're seeing a little bit of a dive onto Ranger. He's going to be forced to flash away as that teleport coming through from Lava is going to force Boal away as well. Ultimately, it's Red, though, that have the position around the Drake.
Yeah, a couple ultimates committed here on Red side. The Hextech Ultimatum, the Maokai Ultimate. Avenger is pretty much the only one that has his available. Kuri's is going to be up, but that's that ultimate ability is kind of on a low cooldown right now.
Yeah.
Dragon going to be taken. Cloud Soul is on the menu, which really, in my opinion, benefits Red, right? That Sivir ultimate plus the Cloud Soul, the endorphins, the amount of happiness that you get when you pop that thing, you're going fast. You're playing a completely different game. League of Legends is out the window. You're playing Mario Kart with infinite mushrooms right now.
It's like
when you're
it's like Sivir with like a Cloud Soul is like, you know, the testing that they do at the Olympics to make sure that people aren't running the 100 meters in 6 seconds. What if they just didn't do that? I feel like that's the sort of speed that we're talking about, you know?
Oh, yeah, you're just juiced to the gills, right? You're ready to go. Everybody's allowed to do what they want, when they want. No testing is allowed, and you just see a whole Maokai, someone that big running at you.
He shouldn't be able to do that. He shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, so I would definitely think Red has prioritization on this Cloud Soul. It'll benefit their team comp the most here. It allows them to get that pick potential, that Hextech Ultimatum, engage. It just allows them to just extend their engage range, extend their kill distance so much more. You want to believe that Los wants to at least fight the third or fourth one. Ooh, as the Rift Herald gets popped in the top lane. Yeah. That's one of those Rift Heralds where you forgot that you had it, right? Right? You're like, oh wait, I gotta place down a ward. I've got to
do something with this. Hold on, hear it. This is not a great place to be right now, as that top lane tower is providing no safety at all. A killing spree for Avenger, another tower for a Canids Kalunga, and Well, if they're taking down structures, Baron is just about spawning. They could look at this.
Yeah, the tier 1 tower goes into the top side. Are they going to go for this? Avenger 3-1. They're just letting it rip right now onto the Baron. They see that Canids on the bot side. He used his TP earlier in that mid lane fight, but now, ooh, can Los Grandes, can they keep them off of Baron?
Well, they can't keep him off of Aegis because he is dead right now, but Zay is going to pay for it with his life. Neptuno dying on the other side as Avenger gets another kill for himself, and Ranger will fall down as well. Red, they were just baiting around the ban, but with 3 members dead on Los Grandes, I think this attempt is going to be a little bit more real.
Yeah, they don't have the smite up, but neither is Ranger alive right now, so they should be okay. Hear It in Lava. Can they really look to stop this? I mean, if Hear It hits a massive shockwave and then Lava comes in with an ultimate, I think they're going to let it rip right now. The 2 Koreans looking to do something.
There's 2 items on the Jason. He's exploded. Curry, Boal, dead as well. Avenger and Titan being attacked by the Baron. But it favors Los Grande for now in a dire situation. Lava and Hear It save the game.
We may hear that consistently throughout the split as the replay comes in. And initially, Avenger whiffs the ultimate, but the TP onto the backside with Neptuno just getting that really, really awkward positioning. Singles himself out. Avenger 1v1s him, and the rest of the fight is a sweep on the red side, right? They lock down Ranger. They lock down everybody else, and only Hear It and Lava survive. But that was just enough as another fight happens.
Aegis is 70% HP, but has soaked a couple of ultimates. Is going to use his own as the rest of Red are turning up, but there's only 5,000 HP left on that Baron. Los Grandes, they may just be looking to verse as Avenger dives into the pit, but gets no one with the ults and falls to his death. Aegis flashes over and gets the steal, though. He pays for it with his life, but that is #worth.
The flash Q into the smite. It does 1,200 damage now, guys. It is not safe at 1,300 anymore. As Red save the Baron, they only lose 2. The rest are alive, especially having that solo lane. Camille with the Baron buff is really, really important. But Los Grandes are not going to take it without some punishment. They're going to take the mid lane turret. They're going to go back, set up for this dragon. They're going to reset here. A lot of gold went into both of these guys' pockets, with Red still maintaining that 500 gold lead. That's just fluctuating between 500 and 1,000. Yeah. These teams have been close as ever.
What a treat for our first game of the day, eh, Shivy? So 2 teams just completely going at it, and it's not like this game has been low action, but when teams have gone for plays, you've seen that there's been some decision making there. This isn't minor regions being a little bit silly. Both these teams actually know what they want, and they know how to get it. At the moment, Red Canids want Ranger, but the Sejuani slippery enough to get away as the dragon spawns.
And they really should be sending Boal into a top lane or mid lane here, shoving it out. You have the Baron. You don't want to squander it just taking this Cloud Dragon. And I guess they're tuned in because they're simply shoving that mid lane in right now.
Ranger caught out in the Hextech ultimatum, and 5 members of Red will make him dead. A fair bit of damage chunked onto their health bars, but as it stands, it is a 5v4, and the dragon has been started up.
Yeah, Ranger feels like that's an unfair fight. He got jumped 5v1 right now in the wrong side of the jungle. Even in his own jungle, it's unsafe as Cloud Dragon.
Oh!
Okay. All right. I was clenching just a little bit.
That was a lot of abilities, Chippy. There was a lot of things that could have stolen that.
The replay comes in on the second round of Baron. Aegis let the ultimate rip, and you just see Avenger just heave-hoing, right? You know, I'm gonna try to get whatever I can going in blind, but that distracts him enough, and Aegis flashes over. Q smite.
And no!
That is a gesture that I cannot describe on this broadcast, but I think we all know what that means. I think we all know what that means, unfortunately.
Yeah. Not quite enough. Not quite enough.
Yeah. CBLOL, famous for their trash talk. We got to see it at Worlds last year, and it has continued into Split 1 of the 2023 season. I would have it no other way.
Yeah, I tell you what, this has been an absolutely great welcome. We've had Baron Steals, we've had crazy plays, and we've had A bit of the sportsmanship, a little bit of the showmanship, rather, that the CBLOL has been known for. But it does feel like Red are slowly moving into a point where their power is a little bit harder for Los Grandes to actually contest. We've still got a fair few minutes until any objectives spawn, so the only real thing to play for at the moment are these structures.
Yeah, and the gold lead is now 2.2 thousand, which is the largest one that we've seen so far on red side here. You see some items being completed on their side as well. The Maokai has the Leandries plus Demonic Embrace. God forbid you check any of those bushes that have a sapling in it. That thing is just gonna shred you, unfortunately. His Q as well. If he jumps onto somebody like Natuno, like Zay, he's liable to just one-shot them completely or almost kill them. Zay being level 9 right now, so under-leveled at the 25-minute mark here.
Goodness,
Lowest level in the game. Yeah, it is so unfortunate. He's just been roaming around trying to get picks, and he's been landing some really good double bindings. He just doesn't have the damage there. He's opted in for this more utility-based Lux, which I'm not a fan of. I would have rather him just go for the Ludens, try to burst out somebody like Titan, somebody like Kuri, and instead has gone for the utility-based build, which I guess is needed to just match that Sivir ultimate, right? You want that Shirelia's there to just answer, even though it's not as good as the Sivir ultimate.
And I suppose, I guess the thinking as well is that it helps the casting get into a fight. Like, it helps you run the casting into a fight where you can start puffing off and you don't burn through all of your mana before the fight even starts trying to rift walk in there. But overall, I think we haven't really looked at the bottom lane for either of these teams so far in this game, because it hasn't really been about Natuno, it hasn't really been about Titan. It's been about Lava being on a bit of an interesting part of the map. But fun fact, Riftwalk has a 2-second cooldown at level 16, and there is absolutely nothing in the world you can do to catch that Cassidin.
Yeah, he's on a journey. He went into the enemy team, said, "What's up, guys?" Stole some goods and got out of there with the Rift Walk. He's at that magical number, level 16, big and strong now. So finally, Los can be a little bit more proactive like they were in the early game into these late games. They start letting these ultimates rip. They start trying to get somebody out. And God forbid Zay catches somebody like Titan or Kuri in those in a double binding or a single binding. Lava is more than prone to just Rift Walk on them and completely burst them out. As the Dragon is coming up in a minute and a half, Baron, more importantly, is coming up in half a minute right now. Both teams posturing, gesturing onto this Baron side here, pushing this mid lane in. TP is up for BWL, though, so I think he should be on that bot side matching here right now.
As it stands, though, he is going to be with the rest of his team, as it is Red who've been able to force out some vision. Lava is staying unhidden, unseen for the moment, as mid lane priority consistently going in the favor of Red. So they're getting the first move towards the pit, and they are the ones moving into Los Grandes' jungle.
Yeah, it's just really, ooh. Lava. I thought he was about to get Hextech ultimatum there. I was very, very scared. But that's just what happens, right? When you don't have vision in your jungle for Los Grandes side, you have these saplings you have to check into. You have somebody like the Avenger Ball combo that can just Hextech ultimatum into the Yone ultimate. You will get bursted out. You will get killed immediately, and you can't do anything about it. But now, Lava and the rest of Los Grandes are pushing in this mid lane. They've sent all 5 here. BWL has a really sweet flank going on, though.
And for how patient both teams have been at points, it does feel like we're at that point where one big team fight can decide the outcome of this game. BWL still thinking about the flank. Maokai ultimately used by Aegis, but Los Grandes have disengaged well enough for the time being, and Lava is actually going forward, getting major chunks onto Titan, onto Aegis. Flash away, Avenger diving forward. And finding the mid laner of Los Grandes. The Cassin is off the board, but it is Red, Canids, Kalunga who are currently running for the hills. Wow, going to be chunked out a little bit in the mid side as Los Grandes are moving to the Drake.
A lot of chunk happened there on Los Grandes side. Lava gave his life for this dragon. If they don't secure this is Cloud Soul for them. Aegis is here, half HP. They're going to fight this.
Oh, Avenger flashing forward, but locked down by the light binding, forced to go back to his soul. Aegis has Smite available, thinking about it. The dragon went very, very low, but ultimately secured by Los Grandes. But now they are in the pit versus a Sivir, and that is an awful place to be. 2 kills for Red.
And that's the Baron, right? You take the Cloud Dragon, but what do you gain in return? Ranger is down, Lava is still down, and I believe Natuno's down as well. Lava's going to come back up here. Can Lava and Hirit do it again? They have Zay as well. The 3v5 onto the Baron. They stopped it once. Can they stop it again? Lava now playing Jaws onto Avenger.
Avenger on the top side. Both solo laners hunting him down, doing so much damage to the Yone. Cannot contribute to the rest of this fight as Lava is taking over. Hirit's got a kill as well. And Red once again find the solo laners of Los Grandes. Their kryptonite around the Baron. They will take down Hirit in the end, but any attempt at the Purple Worm is thwarted.
Yeah, they've done it once again. Lava spitting hot fire right now onto Red Canids here. They destroyed Avengers. They destroyed Kuri. And you just saw the amount of Rift Walk damage that he's doing. He's online. He's got 3 items as the replay comes in. TP comes in from here. This play, these 2 Korean imports, they knew what they wanted to do. Avenger immediately gets taken out. Ball can't do anything. You just see Lava destroying Kuri. Titan just wailing away at him. Unfortunately, couldn't get anything done. And Hear It gonna pay with his life, but you know, they stop the Baron, they thwart the attempt, and so they can get another chance at a 5v5 Los versus Red. And both of these teams, I mean, this gold lead that Reds amounted, this what 3.5k gold lead, it's negligible, right?
Yeah.
The items coming in, the gold advantage, right? Like Lava hitting level 16, the Rift Walk, all these intangibles that you're seeing are now coming into effect. And the gold lead, in my opinion, is fairly even given everything that's happening around the map and around these champions.
I mean, you just start looking at inventories, and across both teams, it is looking pretty even as it stands. This is not a lot of damage until Aegis, as once again he fires out the ultimate, but once again, Los Grandes have found themselves just out of engage range from Red. And we talked a lot about solo laners this game, but this is where AD carries start getting onto significant builds as well. Natuno has 3 items on that lethality Varus, and Titan 3 items on the Sivir. Here it potentially caught out in the mid lane, and that is a killing spree for the Reds AD carry. You've taken the Jace off the board, and now we are going back to the Baron once more. What can Los Grandes do to stop this?
I mean, it's Lava against the world right now. Ranger can maybe throw an ultimate out here, hopefully lock somebody down for Lava to kill, but they're doing a really good job just bullying this Cassidy out. There's a fight on multiple fronts.
Yeah, Boal jumping onto Ranger into a stopwatch of the Sejuani is dead, but look at Lava in the river! He is absolutely tearing Red asunder. Avenger hops over the wall to try and save his jungler. They will be able to do it. Baron, I believe, going in the favor of Red, and they get the fight as well.
Yeah, they only lose 1 here, I believe, unless Kuri also died. Yeah, okay, never mind. They lose the bot lane here. Titan and Kuri, unfortunately, the sacrificial lambs for this Baron. As we see this fight playing out, Lava hunting on the outside, Avenger and Boal doing their best. Titan continuously hitting this Baron along with Aegis, while Boal does get caught out, right? Does his job, gets 3 members out. Unfortunately, Lava was able to kill 2, but just couldn't get the kill onto Aegis, and Tay, out there just looking to do something, but unfortunately couldn't support his mid laner here. Lava just trying to carry all of Los Grandes on his back, but unfortunately that backpack can't carry them all. Hear It dying early was really the cemented it there, as now Zay is also dead.
Zay is also dead. Red, after chasing a decisive gold lead for the last 30 minutes, I think they may be approaching one, as around about 6,500 gold in the lead. Drake spawning in 40 seconds, that would be Soul for them as well. And all of a sudden it feels like we've got a clear favorite in this game as well. Takes down that bottom lane tower.
Yeah, and that small gold lead finally, it's just these picks that are happening. Hear It getting caught out, Zay getting caught out. These will catch up to you in the late game, these habits, these things that are happening. And unfortunately, it's a Baron here, it's a Cloud Drake there, a Cloud Soul here, and then you'll eventually find yourself down almost 8,000 gold. And Red have just nicely set themselves up for a game-ending push after this Cloud Soul. I don't expect the reset to come out. I feel like they should be looking to push their advantage. Their Baron usage hasn't been the best, right? They haven't cracked any inhibitor turrets open. They haven't really cracked the base open at all. And I don't know if Los necessarily gets stronger, right? Kassadin is looking to probably build towards that death cap as he has the needlessly large rod in his inventory. But I mean, you know, we've seen what Red wants to do. They kill everybody else around lava, and then they kill lava. That is the strat.
Well, it's been working out for them so far, right? As you see the gold graph on our screen, heavily favouring Red Canids, and they're starting to get sort of key itemization come out as well. You've got that GA completed now for Boal, that stopwatch, that Zhonya's for Aegis, which is so effective against the casting, because if you can Zhonya's his combo, then he's got to wait until you're out of that before he can damage you again. You could buy the time for the rest of your team to turn up and take down the Kassadin for you.
Yeah, the Hex Drinker also being put into Boal's inventory, right? He's going to turn that into a Maw, and eventually he might just be able to 1v1 lava on his own, or at least, you know, look to lock him down while the rest of his team kind of destroys Los Grandes here, right? That's been the strategy. Take a bot laner, take a support lava, we'll give you the sacrificial lambs, and eventually we'll just take the rest of your team. And yeah, the itemization coming out. Aegis just going for that full AP Maokai.
I mean, he's not stopping.
Yeah, you know, I thought he was gonna build like an MR item. Nah, it just goes for the void.
That's just his void staff last item. Like, I don't know, man. I'm a little bit disappointed those are Ionian boots. Those be short shoes, really, as multiple skill shots go wide of the Maokai. And once again, we're using it, and actually we're having a TP into the backline from Bao, but he has been caught out very early by Los Grandes. Forced into that Guardian Angel as Nosma onto the backline from Avenger, and they will take down Rager. Natuno dead as well. It's 2 kills already for Red. Make that a third as Zay is off the table. Hirid and Lava left alive. How many times have we said that so far this game? And how many times has it not been enough for Los Grandes? The Castin is dead. The Jace is as well. Ace for Red Canids Kalunga.
And just a split fight among different fronts. Los Grandes were not together. Their bot lane and Natuno and Zay were on the bottom side of the mid lane here, while Hirid and Lava were on the top side. They were just picked and pulled apart. A very solid game as Aegis, you know, just does a little bit of a trolling there, just a little bit dies there. But the game win goes over to Red after a long and drawn out 37 and